happy Monday. We are doing some bulk sorting here. I see Matthew Eckhurst is in the chat. Hey to yourself as well. Thanks for showing up. We're just gonna do some sorting. Actually, I don't think we've done sorting since the last sorting stream. So I've been neglected of doing sorting this week, and I need to jump on this right away and get some done. Sir Ice Cream Man, Bricks and Figs. Lights, camera, action. Here we go. Oh, I know what that's to. That's funny. This is to pose X-Wing from a pilot bag. I think I actually have a belt in the other room. Oh, and I dropped one, of course. Yeah. And my wife's upstairs moving furniture around, so if you hear big bangs and stuff, that's my wife probably being mad at me because I said I was going to do it live at 3:30. How's everybody doing today? What's everybody working on? I see there's 5 people joined live today, so love to hear what you're working on. Love your sorting tubs. Where'd you get them from, please? Walmart. I got them from during the they're just book bins. They're you can get them. I saw them at back to school, and when they have back to school up, and they're basically just book bins. There's 16 of them, and then I found some categories. Somebody had categories, and I grabbed that list, cut them out. It's a paste on the front. Works good. All right, go mobile. All right, so we got one of these little bins done here. Try for at least 5, I think, in the stream. Starting now, so this will be number 1. David Hook is in the house doing my daytime job. Wish I was home sorting my bulk. Until it is your daytime job, then be wishing you weren't home sorting your bulk. That's not true. I do like my job. Just wish it paid a little more. Just a little bit more. It's an interesting piece. JVM e-commerce is in the house. Hello, still working on sorting weapons. Is that Joe? Joe, did you change your name? Or you have another account? Still working on sorting weapons, he says. How big is the pile of weapons that you're working on? That's an interesting, nice little, I don't know what that is, rock or something? It's like a hat, only half of it. Interesting. I logged in with a different browser. Cool. No worries, I recognize you. Got you under control. Wish the chat would make like just a little beep for me, so I knew that there was a new message and I didn't have to look all the time. It kind of is a little bit annoying. How's everybody's weekend? I started working on the medieval blacksmith set this weekend. So, yeah, if the camera was pointed over there, can you see it in that? No, you can't. You'd see that the box is gone. I got through the first 3 bags so far. Not bad. Next up after that, I think, is going to be to break down the Blacktron Renegade that I got and built. and build the alternate version of that. That'll be interesting. I think you can get the instructions for that in the Builder app. Down to about a cup of guns. Hey, B-Ball Bricks is in the house here. Hello, everyone. How you doing, Ralph? Stopping in to listen for a little on my ride home from my store. Just pulled 3 more orders and consolidated a few drawers to get some empty drawers. My store, as in my BrickLink store, located in the storage unit. I got you. I got you. That's cool. Awesome. I am just getting done with pulling orders for today. I had 19 from the weekend since Saturday. Most of them were pretty small. There was a couple that were like bigger that took some time, but otherwise it was fairly quick. I don't think I had any that went overseas, so that was good. I always just, it's not that it's a pain in the butt, it just takes a little extra effort. Because you got, the way I have it set up in my shipping screen, I gotta deal with it separately, just so I make sure that like I fill out the custom form correctly and all that stuff. I can't like mass import it like I can everything else. Started watching Deep Space Nine. I'm not sure I like it. I don't know. Hopefully it gets better. Kind of like Star Trek The Next Generation. The first season was just crap. I don't think I've ever watched the first season more than a couple times. I haven't watched it in a long time. I always start like maybe season 2 or season 3 if I'm going to do a rewatch. I never start with season 1 on Star Trek The Next Generation. And sometimes I don't watch season 2 just because I don't like Dr. Pulaski. She's just annoying to me. So, you know, you start with season 3 where all the good stuff starts. I think that's when they like really hit their stride. But Deep Space Nine, I mean, I've watched occasional episodes here and there, so I get the gist. But yeah, I'm still struggling to get through it. Ooh. B-Ball Bob says, my son just texted me asking for my truck to take to work, newly acquired license. So, yeah, I better put a stop to that. They think they can take it anytime. They're going to take it. I learned that lesson. I seem to relearn that lesson every single time my kid's car breaks down and they need our car. And it's like, this is my car. I paid for it. Can I have it, please? That is, none of that is Lego. I want the plates though. I'm still working on this. Can you see it here? Yeah, I'm still working on that minifigure stand. And if I can use plates and bricks, I need plates and bricks for it. So I'll save those fake Lego plates and bricks. And I'll use that as like the innards of it, and then the outside of it, it's all real Lego. I haven't worked on that in a while. There's really no need to it. Before I stopped, I saw some bricks in there. I stopped really sort of envisioning myself going to a convention anytime soon. Maybe later, but ooh, that's bad. It's got teeth marks in that torso. Wow, we jumped up to 12 people. Hello. Hello, everybody. Just getting some sorting done. I don't think I've, like I mentioned earlier, I don't think I've done any bulk sorting since last week, which is last stream that we did a bulk sort. So Oh, that's the wrong one. Other Flago. Hate it when I gotta think about it. I got chew marks. Just a little dense. That's too many dents. I noticed it. So will a customer. B-Ball Bob says he's pretty good about not bugging too much for either my truck or my wife's car, and he fills the tank usually. Wow, that's great. Oh, that's missing a piece. We gotta check that. That's no good. And he fills the tank usually. That's amazing. That's awesome. Mine never did that. He has had his license for 2 weeks now. Plugged in insurance, jumped like crazy though. Yeah, is he at 16? Mine got theirs late. Mine, I think, were 18 or 20. I think when they got theirs, and so it wasn't too it jumped. I can't remember if they were on our insurance or not. My wife would know more than I would, but I remember when they turned 25, or the one turned 25. The other one hasn't turned 25 yet, and the other one isn't. My middle child isn't driving. EPFP toys. So that's 16. He says. My oldest hit a deer again for the second time a couple weeks ago. Wasn't too bad. It just like it just damaged the bumper. Didn't damage the headlight or anything like last time. Last time he hit a deer, broke the headlight. Can't tell. China. I see China. Nope. That was a plate. That shouldn't go in there. It goes up here. What ages are your kids? My oldest is 30. My middle child is 27 this year at the end of the month. My youngest is 21. Just turned 21 in September. So, yeah, the only one back in the house now is the oldest one. He had a bad breakup with a girlfriend he was living with, so he had to come home. I really grinded last month and added $4,000 of value. Now taking it slower and tidying up. Don't slow down. Keep going. That's how things progress into good sales. Did you at least get the meat? I don't understand that reference. Sorry. At least get the meat. I'm trying to think of that one. Oh, wrong one. At least get the meat. I don't know what that means. Got a 16 and a twin 13-year-old boy and girl. Wow. I am glad I didn't have twins. Bad enough I had the kids that I had at the time that I had them. So I think my youngest one was the only one that made sense. I remember being really scared to tell my mom because I had just, we had 2 really bad experiences telling my parents. Well, not bad. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it was nerve-wracking. And we told my parents about my third one, and it was they were sort of happy. And I was like, wait, what? I was shocked. I wasn't expecting, like, not to be yelled at. That's funny. All right, enough about that. From the deer. Oh, no. They jumped away. All right, bit number 2. Now, I don't think he hit him very hard. He just hit him hard enough to dent the bumper, like break the bumper. I don't think he said he was going pretty slow. So he probably, like, jumped away. Probably got a bad hip or something for a little while. But I don't know. I don't know much more details on that, though. Get through a bin a lot quicker now, into the medium category of bricks. Doing that small category took forever. Took a couple months at least. This, I don't know, I've got these 3 drawers underneath, and then maybe fill up 2 more drawers, I would estimate, after this is done. So, but it seems to be going faster. It's like halfway through that 1 drawer already, so not too bad. Or Flago. Hopefully we can get some categories here ready for washing. That's the goal here, at least get 1 or 2 categories I can get washed. I'm still working through uploading Technic parts that has been sorted for me. Let me tell you how boring that is. Especially counting the pins. The pins are, I don't know. I've got 5 bags over there right now that I'm not going to count by hand. I'm going to put them on the counting scale. I skipped them I just put them to the side until I was done with all the other hand counting stuff. And so that's what's ready right now, and then I can move on to another shoe bin of whatever Technic pieces are next. Another brick separator. So many wheels. I try to push these hubs out when I can. Otherwise, if I do it all at once, my hands will feel like they're falling off. If I do 1 or 2 at a time versus like 100, it's better that way. Mega blocks. Did I see something like Mattel or something is going to come out with fake Lego? I think we need that. We need more. We need more fake Lego to try to figure out. And who's buying this stuff? Seriously. Who is buying it? Another Mega Block. Speaking of Star Trek, I noticed there's a new movie out on Paramount Plus, Section 31. I haven't gone looking for reviews, but what I have seen is it sounds pretty bad, like worse than Star Trek Discovery. So now I'm like not in the mood to like go watch it. Strange New Worlds is coming out with season 3. That one's an excellent Star Trek series if you're looking for one. That's also on Paramount Plus. That one sort of is like a prequel to the newer movies with Chris Pine, that always played Captain Kirk, and it follows Christopher Pike when he was captain of the Enterprise. It went back to its roots of Star Trek. It's really good. Seems like it. I wonder if is that in reference to the new Star Trek movie? That goes there. Thinking about where that goes. Ooh, is that a dime? Fake dime. School money, it says. 1 dime. Much bigger than a dime. Thicker, too. Oh, wrong bin. Actually got music on in the other room. I can barely hear it, so hopefully you guys can't hear it, so that I don't get flagged for it. But doing the pulling orders Friday and having no music, that kind of sucked. That did suck. Oh, Mattel making another brick-based toy. Yeah, that sucks. Listening to 90s music. There was a 90s channel on Spotify. It's like all the music I grew up with. Kind of funny. You know, Alanis Morissette, she had some boyfriends that did her wrong or something, that's for sure. she was vulgar. Re-listening to it now, it's like, oof, how is that even on the radio? Can't remember, did I see her in concert? I think I saw her in concert. Pretty sure I did. Me and my wife actually went to see that. That one's broke. I didn't go to a lot of concerts. I never really cared for it, but I went to Smashing Pumpkins and Garbage opened for them, and I hadn't heard of Garbage at the time, and I really liked them, so I started following them after that. Smashing Pumpkins was a good set, although we left early. We left after the third encore. There was like 2 more encores, I guess, afterwards. So that kind of sucked. Missed like a quarter of the show that we thought was over. My only other claim to sort of fame is when Pentatonics was emerging onto the scene. I met one of the singers at Universal in California. Apparently, right after he was on Conan. I didn't realize that until later that night. But it makes sense why I saw him at Universal. Yeah, that's technical. But that was interesting. The only reason why I recognized the guy was because I would just saw one of their videos, and I was pretty impressed by it. That was the first time I ever saw him. I didn't know they were on a TV show or anything like that before that. There's a hand stuck in here. There we go. Got it out. Got the hand out. Gave that brick a hand. And then took it away. You guys are quiet today. What's going on? So quiet. Usually you're chatty. Like chatty catties. Or chatty Cathy's? Kathy chatties? What is it? I don't know. What's this? Bin number 2? Almost done with that. Chew marks. More scratches. I've had a drink at a bar with Sean Patrick Flannery and Norman Reedus. Oh, is that the guy from? Those are the guys from Walking Dead. Norman Reedus is familiar to me. I don't know who Sean Patrick Flannery is, though. All right, bin number 3. How are we doing on? How long have we been doing this? Half an hour. Not long. Not long at all. Boondock Saints. Okay, I never heard of that. Ooh. Is that Lego? I think I would assume. I don't know. So I got Lego. Oh, yep. It does. It's interesting. Nice. Crank there. I haven't seen that one before. Tyco wheels. We don't need Tyco wheels. I think I mentioned it before, but the new Star Wars helmet set that's coming out March 1st. That looks nice. That'll be something I go try to buy right away. Let's make sure these are all Lego before I throw them in there. Rather do that now, spend the time now when I'm sorting to look for the Flego as much as possible. Try to weed that out now versus doing it later when I'm not apt to try to catch it all. Even though I will find it. You put something that's fake next to real stuff, a whole bunch of real stuff, and it sort of, most of the time, will stick out like a sore thumb. The last of the weapons was mostly fake. 12 items worth listing, worth $13.50 at a cost about 25 cents to me. It says JVM e-commerce, otherwise known as Joe. Not John, though. Definitely not John. Ooh, it's a nice pair of legs. I'm excited for the rumored new MTT. I have not heard that. That would be a nice big set, huh? The MTT is the troop carrier from Naboo, isn't it? In Star Wars Phantom Menace. That was 2.5 cents. Return on investment on used can be huge if you exclude the cost of time. Yes. Yes. I went looking for sets to part out this weekend. I actually spent some time looking at sales sets on Amazon, and I just could not find anything. Nothing was over 2. Everything was under 2. Only one set was over 2, and I had already parted it out 5 times, so. And when I went to check to see, okay, how many missing pieces do I have? How many lots are empty? And that was only maybe 4 or 5. Things you don't expect to hear when sorting Lego. Oh, that's a nice pair of legs. I think you would expect that. Probably wouldn't want to expect to hear that in the men's bathroom, though. Probably not. You're sitting there trying to do your business, and all of a sudden you hear, hey, that's a nice pair of legs. Yeah. That's when you don't want to hear it. Just sit there and you slowly raise your legs up. Might help get things out, getting out of you. All right. I'm going to stop. This is going too far. Potty jokes. How are we doing with the mic? We're doing all right. Still on. Well, that's a weird. Nope. Regardless if it was Lego or not, it was cracked. Couldn't use it. When I say this was bin number 3, we're almost done. I think we'll have slopes and plates ready to wash at the end of this. Yeah, that's the one. Got 9 times Ahsoka Tano's Duel on Peridia without figs for $7.99. Well, that's great. But that was the one I was talking about. That had it was a little over 2 times part out from Amazon. But I had already parted it out, and I still had a lot of the figures. Ooh. This is probably fake, but I will defer till later to figure that out. Didn't have anything in it. Mic staying connected today. It died about an hour into it last time we did it, but I've got the other mic ready to go just in case. So if I cut out and I don't hear it, just spam chat. I don't know, when I did pulling orders on Friday, I switched it at about 50 minutes, and then the second mic lasted way more than an hour. So I don't know what the deal was that day. I would hope it would last more than an hour. That's kind of weird. It only lasts an hour. Could have been I didn't charge it all the way. Something like that. Who knows? I do like this mic though. It sounds good. When I rewatch the lives, this mic on my hat sounds really great. No matter where I go. I do like that. What am I doing? Another one of these. This is number 4. The goal is try to get through at least 5 in the lot during the live. Where are we at? Hour and 10 minutes, or not that hour, 10 minutes, 40 minutes into the stream. I'm still sitting at 12 people watching. That's awesome. We're really happy with the audience that comes and watches live and participates. You guys are great. I know it's not thousands of views like my vlogs, that kind of stuff, but I do appreciate the interaction and you guys asking questions and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that keeps me working. Plus, I stay focused while I'm doing a live, so it's one of the reasons why I've been doing it a lot more lately. Plus, I feel bad because I'm not doing vlogs much anymore. But this is pretty much my day: sorting, listing, pulling orders. It's hard to vlog about that kind of stuff. It gets boring. It gets boring to film it, and if it's boring for me to film it, I just don't want to do it. So, and that's where I got to. I was gotten to the point where it's like, I'll take a break. I always find I'll take a break from it, and when I come back, people are always jazzed about the new ways that I'm doing things, or I get new audience, new people in that are new to it. All those things are all brand new to them. It's a constant cycle like that. I have David Hook says I have 80 pounds of bulk to go through that I bought back in October. This is 200 pounds I started in September. Remember, I had sifted it during a vlog. So this is the last of that category. So there was 4 categories of size, and this is the last of it. This is the medium size. Once I get through this, I have, I think, at least 200 pounds more waiting to be sifted and gone through. So my middle child was looking for work to do for pay off a phone bill, and I was thinking about having them do the sifting there and get it sorted by that. Just pay $40 for that. Seems like a good deal. Then I don't have to do the sifting, and it's ready to go. And it's not like you can screw that up. B-Ball Bob says, I enjoy listening to your lives when I can. Most of the time I'm listening while driving between deliveries, but I always go back and try to watch the ones I missed later on. It's awesome. Thanks for always being on. I appreciate it. I had speaking of deliveries, I ordered some magic erasers from Zorro for my wife's business, and magic erasers are pretty light, and so they got delivered in a box at the sort of the edge of my my front stoop, so they were way out there. It wasn't up against the wall or anything like that, and it was delivered on a windy day. Basically, it blew away. A big, huge box that was really light blew away. I could see in the snow, it fell off and then rolled into my neighbor's yard. And then it looked like somebody picked it up from the trail. There's a trail behind my house, like a public trail. And it looked like somebody must have saw it in the yard, walked up into the neighbor's yard and picked it up. And I didn't have it. I filed a claim. I filed a missing package with FedEx, and they disclosed it and said, "Hey, we delivered it." So I reached out to Zorro, and they actually resent it. So that was good, because that was $50 in magic erasers. That was kind of something that we could. It was a little bit too pricey not to have that like just resent again. It kind of sucked. No, was I talking about it earlier? No, I never found them. But thankfully, Zorro resent it. I haven't received it yet, but she wasn't in dire need for them, but she was getting low, so hopefully they come in soon. Yeah, I just have to make sure I get out there right away, because otherwise I don't want it blown away again. We had a severe snow warning yesterday. We had some snow, and then today it's all melting. It's weird. Weather's weird around here. Is that Lego? It is Lego. Wow. She cleans houses for her business. So she's got my youngest son's girlfriend helps her out on Tuesdays and Fridays, which has been a lifesaver for me, because when she can't help, I usually have to go help, because it's a little bit much for her by herself. But if me and her can do it and tag team it, and we get it done pretty quick. But with my son's girlfriend needing the extra hours and that kind of stuff, it works out pretty well. Recently, I had 1,000 shipping labels shipped in a bubble mailer. They got all tangled up and bent. Had to send it back. Oof. Wait, were they not wrapped? They were just like was it somebody just selling extra printing labels? Man. Try living in Maryland. Yeah, we get that. Don't worry, I'm not that far. We get all 4 seasons here too. Go from like 70 to 20 in the same week. We went on vacation in Maryland, Ocean City. It was I actually really enjoyed that. Although that hotel that we stayed at, they renovated it into Hampton Inn, which was fine because it smelled a little musty and needed to be renovated. But it was like right on the ocean. It was really nice. It was 3 summers ago now, I want to say, but me and my wife really enjoyed that trip. I want to go back. This year we've been talking about maybe doing a cruise. We've never done a cruise, and it seems like, I don't know. It seems like it would have been. It's cheaper than like going to getting a hotel and getting all your food, where you just pay for getting on the boat and pretty much the food's included, except for drinks, obviously. But I can go without drinks. unless they mean like sodas. That might be a little hard. For New Yorkie and rough, I'm in Rochester area. We got B-Ball Bob says he got married on a cruise. Now that was a while ago. We got married and then flew out to Aruba the next day, which was awesome. Actually, we had to drive to Toronto overnight. We got my mom hired us a private limo, which wasn't a private limo. It was just a private car. And took us up to the Toronto airport where we got a direct flight to Aruba, which was great. All inclusive. And we had all inclusive rights to the hotel we were staying at and the hotel next to it, which was the better hotel for food wise and stuff. And then my wife got fried like a lobster. So basically, the whole honeymoon, I couldn't touch her. That sucked. When you're on your honeymoon, I'll leave it at that. We went on this Jeep safari, and all the Jeeps kept breaking down, especially including ours. We had to like split up into different Jeeps. We still talk about that trip. That was such a good trip. That's another place we want to get back to too. All right, number 4 is down. Let's get number 5. I think the hardest part to the cruise, you can tell me, guys, tell me if I'm wrong, but is just getting to the port. Especially for me, it's like either I have to like get to New York City or get somewhere down in Florida to catch the boat. New York City, not too bad, but I don't know. I would probably want to take the train down. I wouldn't want, train or the fly. Fly wouldn't be bad, I guess. Train would be horrible. Wrong bin. I say train thinking like, oh, that would be cheaper, but it probably wouldn't be. Definitely wouldn't be saving any time. It takes 12 hours to get to New York City by train from Rochester. Grunk Bricks is in the house. What's up? Hello. Thanks for joining. We're just doing some sorting. We're on bin number 5 of this, which was the goal. Try to get 5 of these bins done during the live. We've been chatting up Star Trek episodes, weddings, anniversaries, not anniversaries, cruises, vacations, weather, all sorts of things. Kids driving. Oh, I missed one. From V-Ball Bob's. They ended up comping us the cruise and also gave us a voucher for another cruise and bumped us to VIP all trip with our own concierge. Why did they do that? Can you imagine being on a cruise ship during the start of COVID? And those poor people were like stuck on the ship. I mean, I'm all for cruises and all that, but that sounds just horrid. How long were they stuck on the ship? For like months? Can't remember now. It just sounded terrible. Oh, the minister never showed for the wedding that was supposed to happen before we left port. I see. Couldn't you ask the captain? Or is that how you did it? You always see these movies where the captain marries people. I always joke with my wife that she got to wear her dress twice. That's funny. Is that Lego? No. Wheelie Life is here. I got all my pounds of Lego done with my 50 family members now to just upload. Wow. That's awesome. How'd that go? So this goes back to Friday during our live. Wheelie Bricks was telling us about how he was bringing, 50, how many pounds? 200 pounds it was, I think, to his family reunion, and they were all going to help sort. And then he told us it was like 50 people. We were all like, what? So I'm glad that worked out for you. That's awesome. Dustin Close, hey Rob, finally caught a live while it's still going on. That's awesome. Thanks for joining. V-Ball Bob's talking about apparently has booked the wedding outside group, but on the cruise ship before leaving. Might be able to wash tiles here too. Tiles is pretty much ready, I think. We just washed tiles not too long ago. See if I'm like looking to see if everything's like sort of ready. Let's start sorting again. We just did bricks, and bricks is about halfway full again. Oh, we did 700 pounds. Wow, I was way off. That's crazy. That's awesome. Can you hire out your family? I'll just buy 700 pounds and we get together. How long did it take? Take all day or get done in like an hour? That'd be kind of funny. Pretty much that's like, 12 pounds per person? Get through that in a couple hours per person if they were like sort of really thinking about it. Watch your Friday live. Kept thinking of stuff I wanted to say during it, like cleaning. Use Lego. I use an ultrasonic cleaner. Works amazingly well. I used to have an agitator I used to use. I think V-Ball Bob's recently bought it. And it worked fairly well. This ultrasonic one would probably work pretty good too. I don't know. Soap and water. Soak seems to be really good. I don't know if you need much more than that, to be honest with you. Unless it's like caked on there. Then you can use the ultrasonic. 12.5 hours it took to do that sorting. That's amazing. Oh, that's great. You got family that'll help you out like that. That's amazing. What am I doing? Yeah, there. Yeah, I think after last sort session, I think V-Ball Bob's asked where I got the shelf where the second, where I have like two tiers here of these bins, and I think I put it into the description. I might not have, but it was just in it. It should be an Amazon link with shelves. I think it says shelves. So if you're interested, it's in there. You can look that up. Now I'm questioning whether or not I put it into the live description because it's different than the video description. Playing board games and sorting Lego, and you still get it all done. That's amazing. Yeah, I still have that agitator, even though the one time my dog thought it was a toy and was running through the house with it still attached to the bin of water. What a mess. That's funny. Joe changed his account. He's over to Joe now. I put in the mesh bag, soaked in soap and water, soak in a clean water, and place bags on wire shelf for a few days. Easy way to wash several pounds quickly. Yeah, do the same thing, except for I put a fan on it when it gets on the drying rack. And usually it's dry overnight. By the next day, it's pretty much dry. Unless I do like 5 bags of it, and then like some of those bags aren't getting touched by the fan. And so they'll come out a little damp the next morning. It just needs a little extra time. I don't know if you know what I sorry, excuse me. V-Ball Bobs, I think I replied to like one of your comments with the link to it. So I don't know if YouTube allowed me to do that or not, but if you can't find it, if I didn't put it in the description, let me know, and I will I'll send it to you again. And make sure I put it in there. Sydney Brick Emporium. Good morning from Sydney, Australia. Good day, mate. About to start the day. A little early, isn't it? I guess not. No, that's right. 4 o'clock. It's wintertime. The overlap is better in wintertime. Yeah, so when I worked for the company that was based out of Sydney, the wintertime had like started at around 4 o'clock, and then in the summertime when time changed, it would change by 2 hours because they would go one way and we would go the other way. And so like summertime, like they wouldn't get online till like 6 p.m. and it made it really difficult in the summer. But in the wintertime it was fine. There was at least an hour or so overlap. I'm on the east coast of the States, so it made it harder. West Coast was better. Started at 2 o'clock. But yeah. Whereabouts in Sydney are you? Are you in the CBD? Or are you in the outskirts? Matthew's making fun of you somehow. I'm not truly understanding it. Always late somehow. V-Ball Bob Brick says it'll help with his limited space with the shelves. Yeah, I just looked for. I had this table. I knew the dimensions of each half of the table. And these were, what are they? They're like cupboard shelves, and they're expandable. So that's what I just looked around on Amazon until I found something that would work. I knew the dimensions of the bin. I knew how high I needed it because of the dimensions of the bin underneath that I needed it to be. And I needed it to be so many inches so that it would fit like on half the table. All right, I got 5 down. Let's do a bonus one. Where are we at? 4:30. Mike's still going. Yeah. Suburbs, 20 minutes from CBD area, is called North Shore. Okay. Is that like, is that near Manly? Do you have to take a ferry to take the ferry over to Circular Quay to get to CBD? That was my favorite ferry. I would, every time I would go to Sydney, I would make sure I did that ferry at 6:30 in the morning over to Manly, watch the sunrise, and then take the ferry back. Never regretted it. Loved it every time I did it. Matthew's from Melbourne himself. How wide is that table? I want to say 48 inches. I think each half was 24 inches. And these expand out to like 27 inches. And I was like, oh, I don't need all that. But this is like one of those small tables you would get at Walmart. Do any counterparts sell better than individual parts, like a certain tire wheel combo sells better than the tire or rim itself? I've been trying to sell the, especially with the used, keeping the, the guns that have the like little click thing, little triggers. If you keep the triggers in, the people actually buy them with the triggers in them. I find that interesting that they sell. Not too far from Manly, also about a 20-minute drive. Yeah, heading over the Sydney Harbour Bridge. I did that climb. Did the Sydney Harbour Bridge climb. That was fun. It was like at dusk too, so we started. Sun was going down, and then by the time we were at the top, it was dark, and everything was lit up, and there was a cruise ship that was leaving. It was cool. We had a high-rise tower. The office I was in was high-rise tower right in the middle of CBD. I couldn't tell you what road or anything now. But you could see Darling Harbour from one side, and you could see Sydney Opera House from the other side. It was great. Our corporate apartments were over in Darling Harbour, so it was always a fun walk in the morning. I'd always have to get to the office and take a shower because it was always so humid there, and I wasn't used to it. So I would get in the office soaking wet from sweat. It would take me like a half an hour just to cool down, even after the shower. Nice walk, though. Has anybody ever bought the 25-pound Lego boxes from Goodwill? I would look around. There's other things you can get from Goodwill. Each store does something a little bit different. You just got to find the right store. I've got a couple in my list. It's probably not one of those things that sellers are going to share. It's like their list of Goodwill stores that they buy from. Bridge climb is beautiful. Yeah, it was great. With suck coming down though, those stairs are steep. Those like steps were a little steep. A little bit much for me. I did all right. It just took a little haggling to get down. Thankfully, I was at the end of the. So basically, when you go on the bridge and do the bridge climb, you're tethered to, like, there's like a line on the bridge that's you're always connected, so you can't fall off. But you can't like change positions. You can't like jump somebody or like jump in front of somebody. So you're always in that order all the way through. And I was at the end. I was struggling coming down a little bit, but it was all right. I just took my time. That was fun. We did the Blue Mountains one trip. That was gorgeous. Blue Mountains are like an hour east of Sydney. The fun part about that trip was 3 of us who don't drive on the right side of the road. I think I told that story last time. That was that was fun. Wife just texted me to tell me that she dropped off my packages. They are sent for the day. Bought a few. They weren't 25 pounds, but I've done well buying the boxes that have partial sets in them. It's not so much the price, but they are typically filled with dirt and hair. That is true. And Flago. Have you got a set work routine now? You're full time, or just do whatever you feel like on that day? We try to sort, upload a little each day. I do try to sort, upload a little each day, which is probably bad, trying to upload every day, because then I like try to find something to upload. But my work day is pretty much pull orders in the morning for as long as that takes. Today it took till about 2:30 because of how many I had, and then on Monday I tried to do last couple of weeks I've been trying this schedule of doing streaming on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'm trying to do bulk sorting on Mondays after doing all of the orders. Usually Monday order pulling is pretty intense. Takes me quite a bit of time. So I figure bulk sorting would be easy to do after that. So that's why we're doing that on Monday. And then on Wednesday, we try to do some listing, some cataloging. And I'll try to figure out something to do then. Usually it's minifigures, just because it's a good day to do minifigures. The rest of the time, I try to do like at least 2 of these containers every day. Probably a little bit more now because I can get through them quicker than I could the smaller category. Although I didn't do it last week. And then I've got like a bin of sorted stuff over here that's ready to go, ready to be uploaded. Just needs to be counted, quality controlled, and then listed and then put away. But that's what I've been working through. If I can get through like a shoebox of that a day, that'd be great. And then occasionally I get stuff in the mail, like lots of minifig lots that I bought, or some bulk parts that I ordered from somewhere. That'll be this week. I'll have Wednesday will be, I think 3 or 4 shipments are coming on Wednesday. I've got poly bags and CMFs coming Wednesday, as well as some bulk parts coming. Probably two different orders, bulk parts coming. So we'll see how that goes. Have to head out here. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, we're gonna wrap things up. We did 6 of these already. Dustin says the Goodwill sites seem to have been sort of a secret for a while now. It seems everybody knows about them, and the prices have reflected that. Yeah, when I first got into this back in 2017, the YouTubers that I used to watch back then would refer to Goodwill as the secret site. And I didn't know what they were talking about back then. And they kept it pretty secret for a long time. A couple years ago, I had better luck with Salvation Army. They were not yet pulling minifigures from their bulk. We got 400 grams of bulk sort, says Sydney Brick Emporium. Does Salvation Army sell online? I don't know. I know they got stores, but it's usually closed around here. Willie Life, I finally took your advice on Friday and signed up for Tech's reseller group. Awesome. I'm glad you did that, because you're mostly an eBay seller from what I remember. What do you think of that? That's an interesting one, isn't it? That's intense. That's an intense group. I would love to have a group like that. Sort of trying to build something out like that. I don't know if I want to do a morning call every day, but I really enjoy his group. It keeps everybody motivated, and everybody seems to be successful in that group. So that's good. I think I'm gonna call it there. Hour and 15 minutes, it looks like. So I appreciate it, Sydney. We got one more here. I try to sort for a few hours and then upload for a few hours, do the picking in the late afternoon and packing in the evening, because we use a courier that collects in the morning. Awesome. Says it's really says it's a little overwhelming, and I do both stores and split it through full time. Yep. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and chatting. Really do appreciate you being here and participating. So we will try to do another live on Wednesday afternoon sometime, and probably around 2 or 3 o'clock, and we'll try to do some listing. Probably about 1 or 2. Let's say 1 or 2. And we'll do some listing. I'll try to find some minifigs. We've got a big, huge bag of minifigures up there that I need to get to. That's been sitting there for way too long. I need to recoup some of that value. And then, yeah. In the meantime, I'm going to be working on some Technic parts uploads. I'll probably work on that right after this. So, looks like Salvation Army does have some sites. Peace out. Thanks, Ralph, says Dustin. Mostly auctions. We're talking about Salvation Army. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Thanks for hanging out. Well, wait. This isn't the end of the video. There's more. We got to tell them about the society. Joining the Brick Separator Society gets you access to secret society videos, like how-to videos on how to run your business on BrickLink and Brick Owl and eBay, as well as Ask Ralph videos, and maybe our sales reports. You might see all of our numbers. Join today.